Cosmic, Strictly Skills Cat, Phillies on DJ. You already know what it is. And make sure y'all tap in with Motion Made Media. You already know what it is. They ain't playing no fucking games. Holla.
Welcome to In the Mix with Motion Made Media, a series where we sit down with some of the most prolific and innovative minds in music here in the Central Florida area. Today, we sit down with Tazbaggabitch, better known as Courtney P. If you know, you know. If you don't, today you'll find out. We in the mix with Motion Made Media.
You already know who it is. It's your grandma favorite rapper, Courtney P. You in the mix with Motion Made Media.
Cause in this game, we play the shit to win. I shoot my shot, you know what's going in. We live and die by the shit you just pretend. So pick a side, you either is you win, nigga.
You already know who it is, man. It's Courtney P. Everybody call me T-A-Z-B-A, Big Tazbaggabitch. If you're looking me up online. Man, how it really started for me, man, I really started taking serious with this rap shit around when I was on the green box. Like I got on my shirt. I was on the green box, and we was just out there trapping, having a good time. The green box, that really signifies a time in my life where we was all having fun as kids trying to figure it out. Everybody wasn't selling drugs and doing stuff like that. Some people was just chilling, kids. What I learned later on in my life is everybody have a different story on the green box. Everybody else have things that they remember from their past that started from the green box.
Right.
For me, and I started on the green box, people used to come to the green box and get some weed from me. I was a kid selling weed. Yes, I was.
And for those who don't know, can you explain to them what the green box is or where they can find the green box?
The green box is this right here that's on my shirt. Everybody's seen them, lived around them. Some people might not know what they are if you wasn't in the mix, but people who was really outside, they know about sitting on this green box, you know what I'm saying? So what I noticed for living in Florida from up north is it's green boxes up here too. There's green boxes everywhere. So shout out to my green box boys everywhere. And that was my start. That was the first time where the older people used to come and buy some weed from me, and they used to be fucked up because I was rap good. You feel me? They used to, every time they come, they be like, yo, spit something, spit something. And then one time I spit something and it fucked everybody's head up so bad, they was like, I'm taking you to the studio. They took me to the studio, and that was the first time I ever been to a real studio. And I fucked the track up. I snapped on it. It was called Sad Face, and I still got it somewhere. It's called Sad Face. Shout out to Trav.
What part of town was this in?
This was in Delaware when I moved to Delaware from Philly. I was rapping, but I didn't take it serious till after this moment when I went to the studio for the first time, because everybody liked how I rap. Where I started rapping at was Philly, and we had a group called the Block Boys. Shout out to 55th and Master, like it's on my arm. Rest in peace, Rel. Rest in peace, Keisha. You feel me? I'm a Philly baby, but I moved to Delaware, and that's basically where the streets, even though I moved from the streets, that's where I learned the bullshit, and I took it back home. But that's where I fell in love with music at, because people started saying, yo, you actually nice. When they took me to that studio and they did that track with me, I'm in the studio right to this day, you feel me? From that day, when they believed in me, wanted me to do that, I stayed consistent in the studio from then, and that was my start on the green box. So that's why I had this shit on my shirt. That's why I'm always at the green box. You might see us at the green box. We're gonna be rapping at the green box, and I got a song called The Green Box. Courtney P, look it up on YouTube.
And how did you get the rap name Tazbaggabitch? How did you get the name, and what does it stand for? Any kind of significance to it?
Yeah, well, Tazbaggabitch means, or the Baggabitch means beautiful, independent, intelligent, charismatic homegirl. Where I got that name was from back in the day, back when I moved to Delaware, everybody used to see me all the time, and I stayed with a new bitch. You could see me 3-4 times in a day. Every time you see me, I was with something pretty, every single time. And nigga, he was making a joke. He was like, yo, man, I'm gonna just call you Tazbaggabitch.
Damn, that girl is fine. I'm gonna call you Tazbaggabitch, because every time I see you, you with a new hot mommy, nigga.
Tazbaggabitch, T-Z-B-A-B. You feel me? Word.
When was your first album put out?
My first album was that day I went to the studio from the Green Box, that was the first time I started taking music seriously to want to make an album. So I had a CD called In the Beginning. It didn't have no cover. It was just a CD with no fucking, it didn't have no cover. It just said In the Beginning on it. And there was 4 or 5 songs. That was the first couple songs I did. One of them songs on there was Sad Face.
And what age was that again?
I was probably like 14, 15.
So fast forward into now. Well, I know why we're here today. Let the people know why we're here today.
Man, I just dropped the project Real Me Too. Courtney P, Real Me Too. That's why we're here today. It's just basically breaking down my life, different stages in my life in no order, but just I'm keeping it 100% me. That's why it's called The Real Me Part 2, because the first one was a mixtape.
So yeah, I definitely wanted to ask you that. Being that there's a Real Me 2, where is the Real Me 1? Where can it be found so that we can correlate the both?
It's on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel. You type in Courtney P or Tazbaggabitch, Tazbaggabitch. It'll pop right up. You feel me? Real Me 1 is on my YouTube channel. Yep. Facts.
How about SoundCloud? Any SoundCloud links?
It's a few out there, but not any that I'm using right now. But if you look for Young Taz or Tazbaggabitch, and I believe Courtney P. If you type in Courtney P, my real name Courtney P, something will pop up.
Okay. Give us a track list. What were some of the producers that you worked with on Real Me Too?
Man, it's a few of them, man. I'm gonna shout out B Magic 302. That's my brother. He did a couple tracks on that joint. I would say he did a lot of the most powerful tracks on that album, but very deep records that he got on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to B Magic 302. He did a record for my grandmom called Inez, and he did a song with my daughter, Courtney P. She has the same name as me, but hers is with a K. And we have a song called My Twin that me and her go back and forth, and he made the beat.
So your daughter's rapping also?
Yeah, my daughter's rapping. She's 12 years old. Yep. It's just another version of me. It's just a girl version. Shout out to my baby girl.
Didn't you have on this? She on the track with
Project Oh yeah, she has a track with Project Pat called Chicken Talk Part 2. She got Chicken Talk Part 1. Chicken Talk Part 1 came out first. It was just me and her going back and forth. Project Pat heard it, because that's my OG. Shout out Project Pat. I sent it to him, and his message to me was, why you ain't send that to me? That shit was so funny. I was like, OG, what you want to get on it? And I was just joking. He was like, yeah. I sent it to him. He got on there. That's where you get Chicken Talk Remix. And it's a video for that as well. Yep. But yeah, my daughter's rapping on that joint. She got a song with Project Pat. I got another song Project Pat called what's the other one? Shine the Candy Paint. Shout out to that song as well. PC Beats made that record. And that's my friend in Delaware. He from Philly as well. We've been making music since we was kids, and not to cut up, but that story is crazy because we made that song when I was a kid. I was probably 15, 16, and he made Shine the Candy Paint, and he had me singing Shine the Candy Paint with the ride so sweet, and I didn't have no car at this time. I couldn't even drive, so we thought that was funny that he had me singing that, and I couldn't even drive yet. But fast forward, he took the beat from me. He like, even though he had put my voice on there, he was like, yo, I think I hear Remy Ma on there. He told me he heard Remy Ma on there. He took it from me. Years later, I hit this nigga. I'm like, yo, what's up with that beat? I ain't hearing no Remy Ma song. He like, what beat you talking about? I still had it. I sent it to him. He like, these sounds is old. I got him to remake the sound, and that's where we got Shine the Candy Paint featuring Project Pat. He made the beat over. I talked to Pat, and we made the track together, and that's how that happened, man. But that was from an idea from when I was a kid, and I just went back and did it now. and that's what you got. So I didn't know when I was a kid that I was going to be able to make a song with a legend. I didn't even think that was even possible when me and him came up with that idea. So years later, I'm still on this journey. And shout out to bro, because he just got a Grammy too with Alicia Keys.
Yeah,
shout out to PC Beats. But later on, I got him to make that beat again, and man, we got to put Project Pat on that joint, man. Shout out to Pat for doing that joint, and it just mean a lot to me to know an idea I had when I was a kid, I was able to do right now and put a legend on there. That shit meant the world to me.
Right.
Word.
Right. So give us some of the track. Any features? We know you got your daughter on the track.
Yeah, my daughter on there.
Magic.
Magic's on there. Godspeed King's on there. Kali on there. Who else is on there? We Straw's on there. My nigga
On Road.
On Road is on there on the song. That's a crazy song, by the way. I think that's pretty much it. I think that's everybody.
So the joint with St. Quincy, is that on there?
No, I ain't put that song there. Shout out St. Quincy. We got a crazy ass song that's doing crazy right now called Talk Like You Do. And the video is coming soon too. I ain't put that on a project. But everybody been asking for it, and that video is coming out soon.
So what's the lead single off of Real Me Too?
The first single is called Step. You know what I'm saying? The song is about moving on. Sometimes we gotta move on. Sometimes we be in situations that we know we shouldn't even be in, but we stay there. But our brain and our heart and our mind and our body is telling us to get on out of there, move on. Sometimes we gotta step, man. That's what the song is about, stepping. But it make you dance. But if you listen to the words, it can make you cry. So it fuck people's head up.
Right, and I think I listen to the record myself, and I get the influence of where you could tell that you from you have an up north influence, and you also have like a southern with the music and the rhythmic of the song.
Facts.
So would you say that's what kind of like puts your style into that blender, being from up north and having that down south influence as well?
I definitely think that has an influence on me. Shout out to my cousin Toot, rest in peace to him. This is his ashes in here. My cousin Toot is from Philly, but he moved to Atlanta and he came back. So a lot of the music that I listened to down south was through him. Shout out to my cousin Toot. He definitely inspired me to be different, and I was listening to things that I wouldn't have never listened to. Shout out to my cousin who made a lot of Outkast music that I just found this out not too long ago. Neil Pogue, that's my cousin. He made a lot of songs for Outkast. He made, what's that one song everybody knows? Miss Jackson. He made Miss Jackson.
That's heavy, that's heavy.
He made, Hey Y'all, Hey Y'all. He made that. He made a song that I listened to since I was a kid called Liberation. That's one of my favorite Outkast songs. Anytime I'm ever going through something, I put that song on. It got CeeLo on it. The song like 13 minutes long, 12 minutes long. It's always been one of my favorite songs I always listened to since I was a kid. And that was through Toot. Toot put me on them, and that just carried me. But I found out later on in life, my cousin, Neil Pogue, and you can look it up right now, he was the engineer for that record, so my family made that record. So it fucked me up, because that was the song I listened to. Whenever something's going on wrong in my life, I'm sad, I'm mad, I want to, whatever, that's the song I put on, and my family made it.
Facts.
Fucked me up.
Just going back and thinking back over like those connections through family, and then also your daughter carrying on the legacy, and the real me.
Yeah. It's
the transparency. How do you get to a point to where you're able to make records that show who you really are in the time where most artists like to put a mask on or a shield, and they hide behind the image, and they hide behind the jewelry, and they hide behind the cars and the record. How what's the process that gets you to the point to where you just like, hey man, I'm finna give people the real me?
Man, it kind of started with the change of my name from Taz to Courtney P, which is my real name. A lot of people don't use their real name and their identity to go and put on these platforms and speak from, I'm speaking from my real self. This is not nobody else. Tazbaggabitch is somebody in my past that I used to be, and I can tap into that and put it on music and make something funny and make you dance and shake your ass. But when the cameras is off, I am Courtney P, 24/7. I'm always Courtney P. And that's what Real Me Too is about. It's just giving people the real me. You feel me? Part 2, because it's 2 of me.
I can dig that. Give us some more of the track list.
Man, we got Step, we got Inez, like I said, for my grandma. My grandma got her own track.
Grandma on the album too. Grandma made the album.
Yeah, grandma featured on a lot of the, she's talked all through the album, and I'm very grateful for her to do that. That's my best friend, and I don't want to get emotional, so I'm not gonna go too far down that rabbit hole, but that's my best friend, and I love her, and she's all over this album. She's talked, and she put a prayer at the end, and I do want to talk about that a little bit, about putting God in music and just not being afraid to say that. I got that from DMX. He was the first person I ever seen. You knew he from the streets. You knew he was street, but he let you know he loved God. He put a prayer at the end of every one of his albums.
Even though he wasn't perfect.
He wasn't perfect. Yep. But he let you know what it was. He was the first artist I seen do that. And he the one who gave me the courage to say it out loud. Because I am a church baby. I wouldn't even be born if it wasn't for my mom and my dad meeting at my family church in North Philadelphia. I was born because they met in the church in North Philadelphia. And my grandma, my mom's mom, and my dad's dad was in the choir in that church in North Philly. And that's how my mom and dad met. So I am a church baby. So that's why you see it spilling out of my music the way it does. I'm not doing this on purpose. This is just me because I am a product of that. That's how I was born. You feel what I'm saying?
The real me.
Yeah, the real me. So y'all just getting it. Y'all just getting it. All versions of me, man. Different.
What videos we got in rotation right now?
Right now I got the intro, which I went back to my block in Philadelphia that I ain't been in that block in 20-something years. It's a moment in that video when I knocked on my neighbor's door and she seen me and she said, "Courtney?" I almost broke down because she recognized me. It's 20 years later, I'm a grown man, I got a beard. I'm not a little kid no more, and she knew exactly who I was. So you see in that video when she gave me a hug, she was very happy to see me. And that was the intro. That was the intro of the project. Shout out to Bang. Bang is doing a lot of stuff in the industry right now. And On Me just came out. Shout out Yikes Lee. When I did that song with Project Pat, he went to Memphis and shot the verse with Project Pat. So shout out to Yikes Lee. He made On Me. I just dropped that a few days ago. So everybody liking that joint. And I got my daughter on the remix. Yeah, y'all gonna like that joint. I think that's track 9 on the album.
How many tracks in all?
10.
Okay.
Because you know 5 + 5 is 10. So it's always gonna be some numerology in there somewhere, something. You just gotta look for it, man. I'm always dropping some jewels somewhere, everywhere. You gonna see them. You know what I'm saying? That's why the EPs that I just dropped 2 EPs. And how many tracks they had on there? 5 and 5. So,
and that's paying homage to 55 Roses, right?
55 Roses, 55th Street.
I already know what time it is, you hear me? Shout out to Motion Made, Tazbaggabitch, Godspeed, you hear me? Y'all go check out this Real Me Too, man. This Real Me Too, man. Look at that. Okay, a whole lot. We strong. You hear me? Real, I'm telling you, we out here, real Tazbaggabitch, you hear me? Go check it out, The Real Me Too. Stop playing with it. Motion Made, y'all already know what time it is. I'm in the hospital with my son. My son just been born. We out here, you hear me? For real, it's time to turn up, baby. Motion Made.
Yo, you know what it is? It's RJ Rod, the head of state. We out Delaware, we out Gallery 302, and we in the mix with Motion Made Media, you heard? We outside. Make sure you check my boy out too. Real Me Too, you heard?
If you could go back and talk to yourself when you first started this game, because you started young, and you've been in it for a little while. If you could go back and have a conversation with yourself starting out, what would be one of the main things that you would tell yourself as a young Courtney P, young Tazbaggabitch starting in this rap game? What would you warn yourself for? What kind of advice would you give yourself?
If I was talking to my old
your younger self, first starting out, to you yourself right now, talking to your younger self, first starting out.
Ooh, that's a hard one. I would tell myself to block out all the different noise from everywhere and stay focused on what you know you should be, you know you should be doing and what you are still doing. Focus. All the other stuff, block it out. Leave it alone. Leave the girls alone. They hit my phone. Leave it alone. Block it out. And keep going.
Keep going. Any last words for the people?
I would say this just the beginning, because if anybody know me, though, my first CD was called At the Beginning. So this ain't the beginning, but we about to do some whole new shit. And we about to cross over in a whole new other place that we ain't even know, I ain't know was available. Cause when the Most High is is at the center of it, and He is the one that's making these things happen, it's endless. It's just I can't even speak on it. Who knows? You'll see. Y'all will see.
Facts.
Beautiful.
And for those who don't know and who didn't get it, let the people know where they can find you at and where they can find the music at.
You can find me on Instagram at Tazbaggabitch, Tazbaggabitch. On Facebook, it's Young Taz. Try to figure out how to change it because I ain't young no more. But it's Young Taz on Facebook. You'll see me. You'll probably see the cover. My daughter on the cover. What else? TikTok. What is my TikTok? Courtney P probably. I think it's Courtney P. And YouTube is Tazbaggabitch and Courtney P. Courtney P with a dot.
Definitely. Big shout out, man, for taking the time out and coming to get in the mix with Motion Made Media.
You already know.
Definitely.
It's always us, never them. Big M's.
It's time for me to let go. You gotta listen to your heart. 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 You gotta listen to your heart.
I can make you dance, I can make you cry. For me, letting go with just a